Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who considers a silver medal a participation award, Pete Schwaba.
All right, welcome to Night Light, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday night here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. And this is the Christmas Eve of weekdays, folks. It's Thursday. The weekend is almost here. Friday is, well, right around the corner, literally. And we've got, I hope everyone has a great weekend on tap. I'm sure we've all earned it. Conrad, how are you tonight? You're back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm all right.
Are you feeling better?
I don't know, because you like gave me like all these illnesses yesterday that I didn't know I had, so I don't know if I am all right.
Listen, either it was alien hand syndrome, gigantism. We went through a whole list of stuff. Your hands look normal. You don't.
Yeah,
look,
they're not green or anything.
I mean,
just...
you look gigantic. You look swole, and what do you call it? Not stocky, because you got the bench press going.
Well, I was in a rhythm, and then I got sick, so I haven't worked out in a couple days. So now I don't feel muscular.
So okay, so you took a day yesterday, which is good. I hope you feel better today. But what did you do? Like how did you pamper yourself? Did you have a neighbor come over and take care of you? What happened last night?
I mean, yesterday I pretty much just watched movies the whole day.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I turned the heat up in my apartment. I ordered some food in and just watched. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 3. So,
oh my gosh,
I was like, what are my favorite movies to watch? And Guardians of the Galaxy are definitely up there for a trilogy. Yeah.
Right. That's when you know you're sick too. When you can watch 3 movies in a row when it's not like a weekend night, you're sick.
Yes, yeah.
You've got serious issues. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I was taking the vitamin C, the zinc, and ibuprofen. So, hoping to feel better tomorrow. Today was just like, I did wake up with like a pretty decent headache. Slept it off a little bit. Pounded some ibuprofen and Tylenol, and I was like, all right, I can work today. I'm fine.
This is the season. Everything is going around. And I always know I'm sick when I can sleep during the day because I'm one of those people, I can't nap. Like I'll lay down or I'll kind of space out for 5 minutes. That's about the best I can do for a nap. And in college, man, I could take like a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day and still sleep at night. The last 25 years or so, can't do it. But I know when I'm sick, I can sleep during the day. And that's when I know something's not right. But watching Guardians of the Galaxy, that's pretty good. That's close. That's awesome.
It's just a great, funny action movie it's one of my go-tos to watch when I'm sick, I feel like.
Well, Dom Lee filled in for you yesterday, and he did his best. He was bad-mouthing you. He was throwing you under the bus, and I said, Dom, listen, you got to take a deep breath. No, it was fine. Dom did a great job, but we missed you, and it's good to have you back. And I'm fighting something, too, and I almost, I thought about coming in because you're sick too. So what's the big deal? But other people use the studio.
Yeah.
And I remember like a year ago going, oh man, somebody didn't wipe this down. I didn't want to be that guy, So I thought, well, I'll just do it from home and see what happens. So
yeah, I'm wiping everything down as I go, And I also got the Germex. If you're watching,
there you go.
You can see it. Yeah.
Do you do the sinus rinse?
The what?
There's something called a sinus rinse. It's like a Neil Med sinus rinse. And when you have like sinus issues or stuff that drips down into your chest, if you do a sinus rinse, you kind of tilt your head and you squirt it through your nostrils and it cleans out your sinuses. And I found, for me anyway, that helps me not get sick if I do it early enough. But, you have to be careful. They say you have to use distilled water when you do it because microorganisms or something from your faucet can get up in your sinuses. I don't know if I really believe that because I feel like I've swallowed more shower water than, in my life, and it's the same water, but it does help. So I would recommend that, dude. Check it out.
I do got one of those you only use for like 3 days, the nasal spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only use it for like 3 days and then you have to be done with it.
It's like a steroid, right?
Yeah, it's like a steroid, and they definitely. I always look it up every time. I don't know why, but I know it's 3 days.
Here's what you do, because this is the mistake I made. I got that confused with something else. I used that for 2 weeks straight. Um, honest to God, like a year and a half ago, I love the way I felt. My nose, like I had no my voice sounded better. I loved it. 2 weeks straight, and I'm like, the cap is like 3 days. And I was like, "Oh, dear." So I contacted my, you know, provider, and she said, "Well, it's okay. Don't worry about it this time." But the good thing was it was a steroid, so I was able to lift a car,
Oh
after
wow,
2 weeks. Yeah, it
nice.
wasn't too bad. So I'd like to get back to that point in my life where I was, feeling big. Hey, it is great to have you here, folks, tonight, wherever you're joining us from in the state of Wisconsin. Welcome to Nightlight. We have a fun show for you tonight. And whether it's being produced from Madison or Green Bay, we are going to bring you the things you want to talk about tonight. So please be part of the show. We got a great question, some great guests, and some fun topics to discuss. Um, Starting us off at 5:30, right after the news, which is just 18 short minutes away, we have Logan Rogie from Travel Wisconsin. Logan is going to tell us where we can go in the beautiful winter wonderland that is our state of Wisconsin. And there's some great getaways, some great places to go skiing, winter wonderlands, that kind of stuff. Logan is going to tell us all about it because they do such great work there at Travel Wisconsin. That's at 5:35. Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday night, which means we make our popcorn pick of the week. You will leave this show tonight with a movie pick, maybe something you haven't seen before. Maybe it'll be the best movie you've ever seen in your life. So we'll see. But Christina Laurie, influencer Christina Laurie, is going to come by at 6:35 and make the popcorn pick. She's been on the show before, and she's a lot of fun. So she will be here. And then this is exciting. Connie, you ready for this?
Oh, I am ready. Bring it.
Listen, this is going to make you feel better because Jared Schutz is also an influencer of sorts. He created a platform called Wisco Dive Bars. We are the home of bars. I think we have more bars per capita in our state than the rest of the country combined, something crazy like that. And Jared is the guy who will tell us where the best dive bars are in the state. He's toured like over 1,000 or something like that. And I have so many questions for him because I love a dive bar. I love dive bars. I love a jukebox. I love great stools and peanuts on the bar, even though I don't eat them anymore. A great bartender and other people to talk to. That's what's great about a dive bar. You never know, what you're going to see in a dive bar. You might see that couple slow dancing when there's no dance floor. They start making out and playing grab ass. You never know you don't know what you're going to see. The girl dancing at the jukebox, a couple guys squaring off over a bad or questionable pool shot. Dive bars are where it's at. We've got a ton of them here in Wisconsin, and Jared is going to tell us all about them. And what a great idea, too. You ever try to be an influencer or thought about what you could do if you were going to be that guy and built a platform?
No, actually, I have not tried. I mean, no, I don't.
Okay. He's not the best color man in the business.
I don't think I've made an attempt, really. I've made some videos of like some stuff, like I don't know.
It's just
sports
about
edits
like
or
an
something, but
angle. Like he found, and sometimes when people do it, like they tap into something, you're like, oh my God, that's great. Like kind of a why didn't I think of it kind of thing. Like I'm not the kind of guy, I don't have time to go to dive bars, but it's like Paul Vandenplas of Wonderfully Wisconsin. These guys tap into something and it's fascinating and we love reading about it. So by the way, we got to get Paul back on, find out what burger joint, what
oh
number he's
yeah,
on, because he was ranking the top 100 burgers in Wisconsin. But Jared will show up here tonight at 7:20. We'll talk dive bars. Lots going on. We've got a thumbnail movie review coming up as well at 6:10 of the film Primate, a thriller regarding a chimpanzee who turns on his owners after getting rabies. It sounds like kind of a B movie or campy, but it got crazy good reviews and did okay at the box office. So we'll hear about that at 6:10. We'll sneak a quick movie review in there as well. And speaking of food, I don't know if you know this, Con. This is happening this week, actually, this weekend, January 17th, Saturday, is Beer and Cheese Fest. Have you ever been to that in Madison?
no, I haven't. But I mean, that just sounds amazing. Just the name of it.
I think Terry Barr, who does so much outstanding work here, she'll be here tomorrow night for Bar Band Friday, as she always is. She writes these great articles and does these fun pieces for Civic Media, for civicmedia.us. If you haven't been to the website, check it out. Terry's work is there. She is incredibly prolific, and she did this great write-up of Beer and Cheese Fest, which takes place Saturday. It's at the Alliance Center in Madison this year, and I don't know. It sounds like a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something to do, and what we've been talking about here with dive bars and food and hamburgers and cheese, if that gets you in the mood, check out a Beer and Cheese Fest if you're in the Madison area. It sounds like it's going to be an absolute blast. It's under this is the 16th year, Con, they've been doing this. That's a lot of beer, and that's a lot of cheese.
I mean, that just sounds like an amazing event. I mean, how could you pass that up?
How can you pass, even if it's just Beer Fest or Cheese Fest, but the brothers Malloy have combined the two for Beer and Cheese Fest. And we can ask Terry about this a little bit tomorrow here when she's here as well. This is another very exciting thing happening today. Happy Days dropped today in the early 70s. This is the
1974.
74. Okay. I would have said a little earlier than that, but that's good to know. This is a show that I loved as a kid, but I've never been so conflicted over a show because when it first came out and Fonzie was cool, he wasn't even wearing the leather jacket yet. He had like on this white kind of almost looks like a fishing jacket or something, but he was like this just young, cool Italian dude from the streets of Milwaukee. And it was a great show. And then the show jumped the shark literally and figuratively, not literally, stuntman wise, but pardon me. It had this it took a turn and it became, talk about Cheese Fest. This show became so bad, but I love when it started. The first few seasons were great. Do you remember watching Happy Days when you were younger? Phone lines are open as always, folks. 855-752-4842. We've got a great clip here, Con. Do we have time to play this?
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's do this. This is Fonzie when he became a superhero, as my friend Mike Toomey says, when it got really cheesy, trying to sleep in the out of doors, but the animals won't let him until Fonzie threatens them in a way only Fonzie can.
Cool it!
Those animals, they knew there'd be hell to pay. That's Fonzie in the later years of Happy Days. Here it is again, Con, just to remind you, this is an actual thing, and I'm ashamed that I'm a Wisconsinite and I didn't know this. You know, a cheesemonger is an actual job. Did you know that?
I didn't. No.
It's like sommelier, yeah. There are at this Beer and Cheese Fest in Madison on the 17th, this Saturday. They've got 12 cheesemongers with roughly 2,400 pounds of cheese for sampling. 80 different craft brewers. So if you're looking for something to do.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
No, you need to stay home and rest, dude. You can't go to Madison.
Yeah, true.
In the beer and muscling down the cheese. All right. When we come back, folks, I'm going to tell you something Matthew McConaughey trademarked, and we'll do the question of the night. It's all coming up next. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hour.
Yeah, all night long. And nobody don't dance on the edge of the dark. We got the radio on. And it
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here tonight, folks. Killing it Thursday style here, the Christmas Eve of weeknights. I think before we do anything, Con, we got a great question tonight. So let's get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is a song you have to dance to? Like you hear it in the grocery store and you're fighting every fiber of your being not to break out into dance. What is a song you have to dance to? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app, or if you are watching the radio, on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, or X, drop us a stream comment and we will read it on the radio. You giving this any thought, Con?
Yeah, and I agreed with Rocker on social media. He said, "Bang on the drum all day." I think.
Your Packer song.
Yeah, whenever that comes on, and the Packers score a touchdown at home, especially when you're there in person, it's like you have to.
Let me ask you this: do you dance at home when the song comes on?
I mean, you can't really hear it when you're at home, so
You can hear it, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
Right,
I
there you
dance.
I said "Safety Dance" by Men Without Hats, even though it's not really a dance tune. We used to do this dance to it in high school at dances, and I love that song, and I love kind of where it takes me, and it takes me to a high school dance, so I have to kind of dance. I also said "Can You Feel It" from the Jacksons. So those are my two songs I literally have to dance to.
I mean, you said that's one of your workout songs, right? So,
It
do you
is.
dance at the gym?
I do, and I don't care. I dance like no one's watching, and they look on like it's horrifying. So there you go. Dave on the stream says "Dancing Queen." Yeah, that's another one, man. That's a very dance-worthy tune. I like all those 80s songs from like the late 80s, like New Order, and there's just some great tunes. I have to dance to a lot of those. Hey, we have a phone call?
Yeah, we got Greg from Waukesha.
Greg from Waukesha, he owes me money. Hey, Greg from Waukesha. We'll let it slide.
Yes. Yes. So, "Get Jiggy With It" by Will Smith is my song to dance to.
Oh, there you go.
But Pete, I'll be dancing this weekend and for the next 10 days at the Waukesha Winter Jamboree, happening at different locations throughout Waukesha.
Really?
And I just wanted to talk about it quickly, if I could. I don't know if WAUK radio here is promoting it, but It's an out of this world kind of across the universe kind of theme. And the Jamboree will be starting out tomorrow night with a Black Hole beer garden. Yes, I said it right. Ray's Grain Brewing Company is donating that, and there'll be music and things like that. And then this weekend, one of the other events is a glow skate. Now, I can't skate when my ice skates are not glowing in the dark, but you know, I'm a blind guy, so I would notice that anyway. But you know,
Listen,
but,
Greg,
the
I
glow
can
skate.
see I still have no desire to skate, but I would be happy to watch other people skate.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night there's also a laser light show, probably taking place of the fireworks display that usually happens. But yeah, there's going to be all sorts of Saturday morning. There's geocaching. Have you ever geocached, Pete?
I don't believe I have, Greg.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I haven't.
But Connor, have you ever geocached?
When I was younger, I actually found, in Campbellsport, I did find one with a couple of my friends.
I don't even know what it is.
Well,
Please explain.
You could come down to Waukesha and do it on Saturday, and we have a pancake breakfast and
oh my gosh.
So all sorts of stuff. So if people are interested, you could go to Jamboree. That's Jan like in January, Boree.org, and for more information about it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and promote it. Hopefully WUK is down here. I haven't heard it promoted it yet, but hopefully they're talking about it a little bit because it's going to be cold. Let me tell you that, but it's going to be a fun event. So.
Well, we know about it now, my friend. Thank you for the heads up. That is much appreciated, Greg, and have a great night.
Yeah, you too, Pete.
Okay, buddy.
Get jiggy with it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll do. That's Greg from Waukesha. We've got now. Wait a minute, Con. Greg Wanschneider on the stream. That's not Greg from Waukesha, because Greg from Waukesha, when he texts, uses Greg from Waukesha, right?
I'm not sure.
Well, let's read him anyway. Greg says, Winter Wonderland, what happened to 50 degrees the other day? I'm with you, Greg, on the stream. I'm totally with you. He says, I love Christina Laurie. We'll stick around. You're going to want to hear what she has to say, Greg. She's going to give us a movie pick that we can check out, and I have no doubt it will be a winner. Greg also says, sometime I have to tell you a story about peanut shells at a Brewer game. I thought I was throwing them on the floor, but I wasn't. Where do you think that story's going, Con?
He was throwing him at someone?
I had some passed out guy on the floor?
Or maybe he was on the last balcony of like the third floor, you know?
Yeah.
Like the upper like 300s, and he was dropping them, and they were going down to the 200.
Somebody came up to open up a can of whoop ass on him or something. Dave also says, in addition to Dancing Queen, girls just want to have fun. Little Cyndi Lauper, those are great. So what is a song you have to dance to, folks? That is our question tonight. Let us know. News, sports, and weather is next. Then we are coming back with Logan Rogie from Travel, Wisconsin. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
That it won't take long, my Lord. Hallelujah. My sweet Lord. Hallelujah. Oh, my Lord. Hallelujah. My sweet Lord. Hallelujah. I really want to see you.
This is a Thursday night edition of Nightlight, folks. Great to have you here. We've put together a show where we have outstanding guests, a really fun question. We're going to hear a brief movie review after the top of the hour. Popcorn pick of the week is at 6:35 with Christina Laurie, great influencer. Jared Schutz from Wisco Dive Bars. I've been waiting to talk about dive bars on the show. Con, we haven't probably done it in over a year. I think we had a question about dive bars, like what constitutes or what makes something a dive bar, and we got great responses on that. So we're going to find out tonight from a pro. Jared Schutz is here from Wisconsin, Wisco Dive Bars. So let us know what song you have to dance to. We're getting some great responses, but right now, let's turn to the interview portion of the program and talk to our friend from Travel Wisconsin. He is the senior communications specialist and a guy who we like to have on the show periodically because he tells us really cool places to go. Mr. Logan Rogie. Hi, Logan.
Hey, Pete. Thanks for welcoming me back to the program.
What did you think you weren't coming back after your last stay here?
You know, it's been a bit. I think it was September we last chatted, but
wow.
it was a different season. I think we had some fun fall conversations and ready to be back in winter.
Well, I think I failed miserably at your quiz that you gave me, but I never held that against you. I'm a good sport, and I hope you didn't think that wasn't why you weren't back. It was just an omission that we've corrected. It's great to have you here.
Don't worry, Pete. I didn't bring a quiz with me this time.
Thank God, because I would fail miserably like I did last time. Hey, I will ask you this, Logan. Is there a song you have to dance to?
Me personally, or
just like a song that comes on. That's our question of the night. Like, what is one of those songs that comes on and you like? Maybe you're out in public and you're like, "Oh man, I want to dance," but people will look. Or if you hear it at home, you got to dance, and you're in the privacy of your own space.
That's a good question. I might have to ruminate on that a little bit and return to that one later.
Take your time because we've got time and we've got a lot to get to. Because you've given us some great info here that I want to talk to you about. Tell us, where should we start? Like maybe some stuff coming up this winter in terms of like some highlights or where we can go for a nice cozy winter stay maybe?
Yeah, these are all great topics. You know, there's really so many ways to make memories in winter, whether you want to get outdoors and explore that cozy landscape. You can, snuggle up in a cabin, go to a kid-friendly museum with the family, or you can start checking out some of these new attractions and experiences that are going to be coming online in 2026. So let's start outdoors, though. I don't know how much of a skier or a snowboarder you are, Pete.
I'm nothing, zero, nada, nil. I'm not one at all. But I'm sure a lot of people listening are, so please.
That's no worry because we have the perfect resource to help you get into that sport or any other sort of winter sport. It's the Wisconsin Snow Report. So this is a interactive map. It is seriously one of our most popular resources. We work with more than 100 folks around the state who are providing us up-to-date conditions for downhill snowboarding and skiing, cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, fat tire biking, snowshoeing, basically any sort of winter sport you can think of. We're getting real-time conditions on what it's like for those sports and places to go. So that is a great resource. You can also sort ski hills, by amenities, like if they offer ski lessons. So great opportunity for folks who want to learn. So that's a timely thing that we like talking about. You can check it out at travelwisconsin.com/snow report.
Okay. Now, so the snow report, that's primarily for skiers, but snowmobilers, that kind of stuff too?
Yeah. Snowmobilers absolutely love it. When it comes to the snowmobiling community, they are passionate and diehard. We're actually working with more than 100 people within the snowmobile community itself to keep us up to date on that. And right now, conditions are looking great in destinations like Ashland County, in Oneida County, Marinette County. So if you head up that way, you're going to find some of these great idyllic trails, cutting through those towering pines and kind of one of that quintessential winter in the Northwoods experience.
That's great. What is like fat tire biking? That's a real thing. Like people, do they put chains on the tires, or are they just like snow tires on a bike? I guess I'm not as familiar with that.
Yep. You're spot on with the second one. It's these snow tires on the bike, so they're really thick, about 3 or 4 inches wide, and
Hmm.
that just helps you stay on top of the snow rather than you know on or in it. So you're going to find trails that are specifically groomed for fat tire biking. I know Standing Rocks County Park, that's in the Stevens Point area. That's a popular destination for the sport.
Very cool. Um, you've got some other stuff on here too. Uh, Recently opened or soon to be open tourism offerings, including lodging options. Where is a cozy getaway, Logan? Like, let's say you're not into maybe the hardcore, I call them the hardcore sports, like fat tire biking or skiing. But if you just want a nice cabin experience or some indoor stuff.
Okay, got some great cabin options for you. A lot of people, when it comes to Wisconsin in the winter, they like just getting away with friends and family, finding that cabin,
Yeah.
maybe having a hot beverage, playing some cribbage. And in the Northwoods, a good option there is Hiller Vacation Homes. They've got, the perfect cabin or cottage to match your personality. If you're looking, for something with like a little Swiss charm, they have their 6 acre chalet. It's this
Mm.
chalet style cottage. It's completely private, wooded site in Saint Germain. So that's a good one to check out. But if you have a big crew, the Moonlit Cove that is in Saint Germain too. This is a serious modern masterpiece of a cabin. I'm
Mm.
talking 3-story high windows in the great room, this massive
Wow.
fireplace. There is a loft that overlooks the great room, and from that loft, you go into a bedroom with yet its own loft. So this is loft inception, Pete. I mean, we have lofts within lofts.
So, how do you are these just places that reach out to you and say, "Hey, Logan, make us aware or make people aware of us?" Or like you seem to know so much stuff, or do you have to travel around and check this stuff out?
So it's a little bit of both. We're fortunate to have really passionate, involved tourism partners throughout the state, and they're submitting their businesses and experiences and events to travelwisconsin.com. We're listing it for the general public to find. So it's part of that, but then it's also us getting out to different communities and meeting with partners there, and then taking us to the hidden gems. I was fortunate back in September to visit Manitowoc, Appleton, and Bayfield County and meet with some of our local partners there. They took us on tours to some of those big attractions a lot of people know about, but also new places that people are less familiar about.
Wow, you got a good gig there, my friend. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's talk about Logan Rogie is my guest, by the way. He is the senior communication specialist for Travel Wisconsin and does a great job. He joins us here periodically to talk about all the great things happening in our state and where you can go that you might not have been before. A great getaway, especially in the winter. I think it's funny, Logan. I always talk about Wisconsin being like the state of summer, but we have such a beautiful winter landscape as well, especially when we get snow. I'm not a huge snow fan, but it's hard to deny that it looks absolutely gorgeous in our state. What about you've got kid friendly museums too? Let's talk about some of those if families want to get away, or even water parks maybe is good indoor fun.
Yeah. Okay. This might surprise some people, but Wisconsin is actually reported to have the most children's museums per capita in the entire country. So when it comes to
Wow.
kid-friendly museums, we have you covered.
No kidding.
And really, they cover interest of all kinds. In Oshkosh, a lot of people are familiar with EAA AirVenture, but they actually operate a year-round museum, and there kids can learn about aviation and aerodynamics in this super interactive kid venture gallery. Then down in Milwaukee, there's Discovery World. They're sharing the science or sharing about science and technology in this like kid sort of led exploration. The Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center. This is in Manitowoc. It's a great state of the art location to teaching kids about the dairy industry. They actually have a live birthing barn there too, where you can watch a mother calf give birth.
Oh, wow. No kidding. Is it a coincidence, Logan, that we also, or at least I've heard this, we have the most bars per capita? Is that the parents drop off the kids at the Children's Museum, then head down the street for a cold one?
I don't know about the source of that one, so find it for me, Pete. Send it my way, and cross reference.
I will do that. Did you know we had a caller earlier, Greg from Waukesha, Logan, who told us about the Waukesha Winter Jamboree, a 10-day festival going on there. I don't know if you knew about that, but that might be one for the website. It sounded like a lot of cool stuff happening.
That's a new one. That's a new one to me. So I'm glad the caller called
Yeah.
in and made me aware of that. I mean, we get incredibly festive in winter. I know there's an upcoming festival in Superior. Cedarburg hosts a popular one. Of course, Fond du Lac, they host the Sturgeon Spectacular. That's coming up in February. That's a great winter festival to check out. That times up with that iconic, unique sturgeon spearfishing season on Lake Winnebago.
I know we've talked about that before on this show, and if it was with you, forgive me if I don't recall exactly, but it, how does that happen? Do the sturgeon come to Lake Winnebago from some artery, I suppose, and then just head to the south part of the lake? I never equated Lake Winnebago as having a heavy sturgeon population.
I wish I had the correct ecology facts to share with you on that one, but
Yeah, it's kind of putting you on the spot there, wasn't I? Sorry about that.
I hope to learn more. I'm going to visit Sturgeon Spectacular for the first time this February, so I'll report back, Pete.
All right. That's perfect. We've got Logan Rogie here from Travel Wisconsin. Where are you into these outdoor sports, Logan? Like, what's your favorite outdoor thing to do? Are you a snowmobiler or a tuber, sledder?
I am primarily a hiker,
Okay.
so I've been slowly getting into winter hiking. I went to Mill Bluff State Park. This is in central Wisconsin off the
Yeah, I've heard of
interstate
that.
recently, and it was incredibly beautiful. Going to a state park in the winter, there's a lot less visitors, so it's kind of like your own personal state park. So that's what I like to do in
What
winter,
is
do outdoors.
what is too cold for you? What gets Logan off the trail?
There's no such thing as too cold. You just need
Really?
a larger coat.
That is impressive, my friend. All right, Logan Rogie is here. We'll have Logan for a couple more minutes after a short break. We've got our question of the night, and Logan is thinking about his answer. He could think about that over the break. What is a song you just have to dance to? Stacy Sue on the stream says Freeze Frame and Centerfold by the Jay Giles Band. Okay. She also says Billie Jean. I saw Michael Jackson during his Bad tour at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. It was absolutely amazing. I've never seen Michael Jackson live, and I think I pretty much probably missed my chance, but I'm sure that was a great show. Let us know. Be part of the show, folks, and the phone lines are always open, as it is, regardless of topic. So join the fun. We are coming right back after a very short break with our pal Logan Rogie. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If we could fly away on wings to a place where all could be true. And the sky was blue, and the sky so blue, and love was true, as me and you, how I wish.
I just thought Logan would like to read lips. I think that's a lost art form, and I don't care to unmute my microphone. Hey, we're back. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you here, folks. Logan Rogie is with us. He is the senior communications specialist at Travel Wisconsin. They do such good work there. We are talking about some winter getaways, compliments of Travel Wisconsin. If you're thinking about getting out somewhere in the state and checking out our winter wonderland, you could not have been here at a better time. Logan, tell us about this Winter Olympics inspired thing you've got going on. There's like a biathlon in Calumet County. There are a competitive, the Birkbeiner and Hayward. We talked about that. Tell us what we can do competitively during the winter.
Yeah, so the Winter Olympics, they're coming up quick, and you can find some sort of Winter Olympics inspired opportunities here in Wisconsin. You know, Olympic hopefuls, they come to the state to train and compete, and you can follow in their tracks. Literally, one place to check out that's in Calumet County is the Aaron's Nordic Center. So this is actually a official U.S. Biathlon National Training Center, and they are drawing in these elite athletes to hone their skills. You're going to find 5 kilometers of lighted trails for cross-country skiing and a state-of-the-art shooting range for this sport that combines skiing and shooting. A really cool thing about the Aaron's Nordic Center is they let folks try their hand at the sport with introductory courses and lessons, and give folks a shot at their size at Olympic-sized fun.
I cannot think of, no offense to Travel Wisconsin, but do you really want someone who's learning how to ski and shoot a gun all at the same time anywhere near you?
Well, you don't do it simultaneously. You do one, stop, do the other, repeat.
Hopefully the skiing first. Let's get that down before we arm our contestants. That's great. And I didn't know that. That's very exciting, though, to have people coming here to train. There's some other things going on, 2 unique and unexpected ice opportunities, you guys call them, in Eau Claire and Boulder Junction. What's going on there?
Okay, so this one in Eau Claire is really cool. I just learned about it like a week ago. The neighboring city of Altoona, they are home to America's first croc-a-curl rink. Have you ever heard of this sport?
Oh, no, I have not.
It's because it was recently created, so it's not an Olympic event just yet. If you start training now, though, maybe in 2030 or 2034, you can become an Olympic athlete. But it's blending aspects of curling with a Canadian board game called Crokinole. So that board game, you have to flick these discs into the center hole. So Croc-a-curl is played with these standard curling stones, and players, they're sliding them on ice to try to get them as close or into the center hole as possible. You're going to find that Croc-a-curl rink in the River Prairie neighborhood of Altoona. They're actually offering free lessons to this winter, February 11th, 18th, 25th. Head out there, learn this new sport. Another fun, unexpected ice activity. This is in Boulder Junction. It's the Glide. Have you heard of this one yet?
No.
So it's a ice skating ribbon that travels for nearly a mile through the forest of Boulder Junction. They turned a what is a normal summer hiking trail into essentially like a outdoor natural skating rink. So it's winding and weaving between these trails. It opened last year for the first time and was a massive draw. They're bringing it back for year 2 this winter, and it's exceptionally popular. Great one to check out.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. So I have to ask you, if you could go one place this winter, Logan, maybe that you haven't been to, and based on what you've heard, what would you do? Where would you go?
I would love to visit the Hayward Cable area. I've never been to the American Birkebeiner. I can't stand up on skis myself, so I wouldn't be competing in it. But from what I hear, that atmosphere is just electric downtown. Even if you're a spectator, you're out there ringing the bell, cheering everyone on. They have fun, entertaining events for spectators. So that's one I've really been meaning to check out in winter.
That's a great answer. Before we let you go, dancing song. Have you given it any thought? You got to hone in on an answer there?
Elton John's Benny and the Jets.
Great one. Great song, dude. Awesome choice. Logan, always fun, pal. Let's not let 3 or 4 months go by. Let's get you back here sooner. It's always fun to talk to you, my friend.
Looking forward to the next conversation, Pete.
All right. Enjoy the winter. That is Logan Rogie, the Senior Communications Specialist for Travel Wisconsin. Does a great job. Always fun to have Logan on the show. Coming up in hour number 2, we are going to do the popcorn pick of the week with Christina Laurie. She is an influencer based here in Wisconsin and does really, she's got, how many followers she has, Conrad?
A lot.
17 billion.
Wow.
She's honing in on a bajillion. I didn't even think that was possible, but she's very popular in the.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's out there in the interwebs getting it done. And then we've got a surprise movie review coming up at 6:10, and that's all after news, sports, and weather, which is next. Did you know that Matthew McConaughey trademarked his phrase "all right, all right, all right"?
I didn't, but that's hilarious.
He's protecting himself from AI, and I got to be honest, I don't blame him one bit. He's one of those guys I like more and more. Like, he always seemed kind of full of himself, but like, I love the work he does. He's a really good actor, and I don't think he takes himself too seriously. I think he's kind of cool.
I agree. I always like his work.
Yeah. Did I go too far there? Were you thinking, hey, tomorrow night's question should be, who's your man crush, Pete Schwaba?
You're going to say Matthew McConaughey? Or?
No, you know what? I'll have to give that some thought. All right, we are coming back for Act 2 after news, sports, and weather. It's great to have you here, folks, tonight. Our question of the night is, what is a song you absolutely have to dance to? We will read your text as well in hour number 2. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite coming right back.
Tell me, have you seen it?
Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump met with Maria Corina Machado today, seen as the legitimate winner of Venezuela's presidential election against ousted leader Nicolas Maduro. Machado, who is a ABC's J.O.
Presented is the verb she used.
Free monthly read alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
I may cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A cloudy sky tonight, some patches of freezing drizzle and snow showers as temperatures rise to the mid-20s. Scattered snow showers for tomorrow and a gusty breeze, accumulations throughout an inch or two. A high near 30. Colder this weekend, bitter wind chills. Currently 21 degrees.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who likes to talk trash, but only when he's at the dump, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this festive Thursday night. I say that because it's the Christmas Eve of weeknights. I am Pete Schwaba, and Conrad Krieger is back tonight. He was out last night. There was some discrepancy as to what Conrad, he took a sick day. And when I left the studio on Tuesday night, he didn't look right. He didn't sound right. But we speculated last night. We checked our sources. At one point, we thought he had gigantism. Alien hand syndrome. These are real things, people. The pig's flu. But it turns out it's just kind of the sniffles and you just don't feel that great.
Yeah. I don't think I have alien hands unless I'm not sure what those look like either. So,
well, if I had a nickel for everyone who thought they didn't have alien hand syndrome and ended up having it, that would be, just get it checked out, buddy. Don't take any chances.
As I make the doctor's appointment, that's what I check for alien hands syndrome.
Hi, this is Conrad Krieger. What are your symptoms? Well, I think I might have alien hand syndrome.
What are the symptoms for that? Just green hands?
I had it up on the Google yesterday, but since you're back, I kind of I don't think I bookmarked it. So we're gonna have to look that up again.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
We'll get to the bottom with it. In any event, thank you to Dom Lee for helping out last night, and Con is back tonight. If you missed the first hour, folks, it is available in podcast form at civicmedia.us. We talked to Logan Rogie, the senior communications specialist for Travel Wisconsin. He told us about some really cool places to go this winter here in our beautiful winter wonderland state of Wisconsin. Some great indoor stuff, some great outdoor stuff, and Logan is always fun to talk to. We also talked about Happy Days. This is the anniversary. I just saw Mike Clemens posted on Instagram too. He was in high school, Con, in the 70s when Happy Days came out and Grease. And it sounds like Mike had kind of a charmed life in the 70s before he was Mike Clemens NFL on Twitter. This is before that even existed. And he was doing amazing work in the field of sports. But it was fun to look at his post and see Mike as a youth. He looked different. He didn't have the beard, obviously, but he still looked like our Mike Clemens.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's not the best color man in the business for nothing. I have to say that. Every time I don't get the response I want out of you, I am going to say that, and you're gonna have to be Bob Euchre's sidekick for that.
That's a really nice gig, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't really setting you up either. It wasn't like I was giving you something you could tee off on. So my bad on that one, Con. So we've got a fun hour headed your way here in Act 2. Joe Schwaba, my son, is going to give us a thumbnail review of the movie Primate in just a couple minutes. This is a movie about a chimp that attacks its owners. I don't want to say too much, but it's a thriller, and it got good reviews. So I've since put it on my list of films to check out. We'll talk to Joe. And then at 6:35, influencer who makes her home, an influencer who makes her home right here in Wisconsin, Christina Laurie, will join us to make the popcorn pick of the week in about 20, 25 minutes, right after the news at the bottom of the hour. And we're talking dive bars in hour number 3 with Jared Schutz, the founder of the social media platform Wisco Dive Bars. Very excited to talk to Jared. Love a good dive bar. And in hour number 1, we also talked about a beer and cheese festival happening in Madison this weekend on Saturday at the Alliance Center. It's just called Beer and Cheese Fest. So if you want to revel in your Wisconsinery, let's all head down to the Alliance Center for Beer and Cheese Fest. It sounds like an absolute blast. Terry Barr did a great write-up on it at civicmedia.us, so check that out and see if it's for you, if you're looking for something to do this weekend. Con, I think it's time we introduce our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is a song you have to dance to? You cannot escape it. The rhythm gets you. You put your boogie shoes on. You have to dance to it. What is that song? Conrad's mom checks in. I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. That's a good one, Con.
Yeah.
Did your mom dance a lot around the house when you were growing up?
I really can't remember. I'm not sure, actually.
Okay. Is she a good dancer?
I don't know.
You're being a very good son right now.
Yes, I'll say yes, she is.
Okay. Let us know what song you have to dance to. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. We will get caught up on texts as well in just a few minutes. You can also text us on the app, or if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X, drop us a stream comment like Conrad's mom just did. Right now, we're going to turn our attention. There's a new release. There's a film in theaters right now that you can check out if you like thrillers. And if monkeys freak the living daylights out of you like they do me. My son, Joe Schwaba, pops onto the show every once in a while to give us a movie review. And he saw Primate a couple nights ago, and he's here to talk about it tonight and give us a thumbs up or down. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm a little off-put by what you guys were saying about alien hand syndrome. I have tons of friends that suffer from that, so I would just be careful.
See,
you know,
I knew it. I can't even joke about something before it becomes like a huge thing. There's going to be a boycott.
Well, you know, I want to make sure you guys know.
Appreciate that very much. And I'm glad you don't suffer from it because that would we haven't met our deductible this year yet, and that would be problems. So,
I
how
got
are
one
you?
more year.
That's right, one more year.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have not seen Primate yet. You've been after me to see the Timothy Chalamet movie, Marty Supreme. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen Primate yet. So, but we're here to you already gave us a review of Marty Supreme. You liked it a lot. And you saw Primate the other night, and I purposely didn't want to hear too much about it because I thought it would be more fun to talk about on the show because we talk about movies a lot. What did you think?
So when I heard about the premise of Primate, I was so pumped up because it's really an amazing premise.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of monster movies when they just replace the monster with like a crazy animal, and they've done this kind of trend the past few years. They did a movie called Crawl with Barry Pepper and Kaya Scarino.
Alligator.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, and it was called Crawl. And then they did one with Idris Elba. I don't remember what it was called, but it was with like lions. And then they did it was something called like maybe it might have been called like Savannah or something. And then they did Cocaine Bear, which I liked as well. So this genre for me is really fun because it takes all the elements of horror movies I love, which is like jump scares and the adrenaline, putting you on the edge of your seat, but it takes a real world element, which, is something kind of important to me. I like real tangible things rather than ghosts and whatever. So, and
Right.
I mean, what is scarier than a chimpanzee? Truly, they're horrifying. The stories you hear on the news about them, they're scary animals.
They can freak out like at nothing, and people forget their animals. You're right, and they're like much
Right.
stronger than people. Yeah, I'm freaked out by them too. And I'm glad you said that. That movie Crawl, I had completely forgotten about that. I think we saw that together.
Yeah,
that was a really it was. I guess the premise was kind of campy, but the movie was really good and really scary.
I mean, I need some Barry Pepper here and there.
Yeah, you love Barry Pepper.
I'm a big
Great.
Barry Pepper guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's a great
No,
guy. He never makes fun of alien hands.
No. Hey, wait a minute. All right.
Yeah.
So,
But,
Primate. So, what? Just tell us give us a little background, Joe, about the film, and then what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it, if anything.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's basically the film is about a family that has had a chimpanzee. The father of the family studies chimpanzees, and he's just like a member of the family. And then the oldest daughter brings her friends to this like sanctuary where the chimpanzee lives, and then I don't want to spoil too much, but the chimp goes a little nuts.
It's rabies, right?
And again, yeah, it does. It gets rabies. I don't know if that was. I mean, I think people assume something.
Yeah,
happened
that's
to
in the
chimp.
description. Yeah, you're not giving away anything.
Okay. Yeah. So the chimp gets rabies, and it it was. I think honestly, it suffers from the kind of Netflix second screen writing / dialogue, which is a big thing in Hollywood, like TV shows and movies right now, where a lot of the characters explain everything they're doing so it can be watched. It's terrible. It's an awful thing. So basically, we watch if you're doing chores or scrolling on your phone. So a lot of the dialogue is like, oh, well, let me get my phone out. Okay, I'm typing in the number now. Oh my gosh, the call isn't going through. And it's like, okay, we see you doing it,
Right.
genius.
Yeah.
So that's annoying. And then also, it just, I don't think it's stuck. It was good. Like, I would recommend going to see this movie because of how fun the premise is. But with a great premise like this, it could always be better. And I think that that's what it needed to be. Also, last thing I'll say about it, I don't want to run out of time, but
no, you're fine.
Big gripe I had with it was like the family that has the chimp, they were like the protagonists. And I was like, well, and then the girl that was coming in as a friend, she was kind of played off as like the the ditz, or like the I hate the chimp, I want to whatever to the chimp. And I was like, well, I'm kind of on board with her. I feel like she should be the protagonist, not the people that are the reason all these people died from the chimp. Like,
jeez,
they're the bad guys to me. I don't know. It just was like I didn't really empathize with the protagonists.
I mean, what? And you're right. Why do they have a chimp? Like, get a gerbil, get a hamster. I mean,
yeah,
that's so weird.
Yeah.
So okay, overall,
well, I mean a lot can go wrong with a gerbil too.
Depending. I'm going to leave that one alone. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Where are you at on the? What's your take overall? Recommend it?
I would recommend it cautiously. Also, if you are a little squeamish, this has one of the most violent scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, it is a chimp.
What?
Yeah.
It's
I don't
not
know
Michael
if it
Jackson
would be more
chimp.
violent with a gerbil. It depends if Richard Gere's in it or not. So.
All right. Hey, Joe, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you very much. And keep reviewing those movies. I love hearing about them. You get to more than I do, and it's nice to hear about them here on the radio. So thank you, buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to do this. Very fun. So go see Primate if you're not too
dare.
squeamish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joe Schwaba, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Joe. Have a good night. We are coming back. We're going to read some of your texts, and I'm going to tell you how you can identify a bad driver. That's next. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
What makes you think love will end when you know that my whole life depends on you?
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee, with over 700 cigars to choose from, in a walk-in humidor with unique house-blended pipe tobacco, as well as the classic pipe flavors for a bit of nostalgia. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, and now is the perfect time to highlight our mocktail of the week, courtesy of Sturgeon Spirits. Yes, you heard right. This dry January, Sturgeon Spirits has an extensive list of drinks that can be made as non-alcoholic so everyone can drink together. And this week, their featured mocktail is the Lavender Lullaby, a drink with botanical flavors matching this week's Garden and Grove theme as dry January continues. Here's how you make the Lavender Lullaby at home. Grab a glass and pour 2 ounces of lavender syrup and 2 ounces of honey ginger syrup. Top with pink lemonade and serve. If you want to use alcohol instead of lavender syrup, use lavender gin. Stop by their tasting room in Oshkosh and mention our show Nite Lite to get $1 off this week's featured mocktail. Dry, damp, or not, there is no reason to exclude anyone this January. That's Sturgeon Spirits, local flavor mixed with a little creativity. More Nite Lite after this quick commercial break. Cheers.
Sweet Willow Herbals and Cafe in Deep Pier is your local destination for herbs, teas, and tinctures. We offer one-on-one consultations with our registered clinical herbalists to help you find evidence-based herbal treatments. Take a moment for yourself in our cozy cafe and enjoy a restorative beverage and organic food made on site. Try one of our classes, from herbal preparations, cooking classes, to kids' workshops. Stop by our store in Deep Pier's historic Broadway shopping district, or visit us at sweetwillowwellness.com.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Oh, where can you go when your money gets low? In the basement, down in the basement.
Welcome back. That's a good song to dance to. I'm Peach Schwaba. This is Nightlight, folks. Our question of the night is, what is the song you absolutely have to dance to? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. We will read your text on the radio. Text us on the app, the stream. However you get a hold of us, just please do so and be part of the fun. Christina Laurie is coming up in just about 10 minutes, right after the news. We're going to do the popcorn pick of the week. And I expect Christina's pretty savvy media-wise, certainly as an influencer, but I'm excited to get her popcorn pick of the week. You will have a movie pick when she leaves the show that you can check out. That's exciting. Conrad, how you doing? You doing okay? You hanging in there?
I don't know. My hands are starting to like turn a certain shade of green. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. You've got we've got some text here we've got to get to. Monica in Mount Horeb in the 608 says, What I like about you by the Romantics. That's a great one. And she says, not romantic when you see me doing it. Come on, Monica. I find that hard to believe. Matt in Richland Center says, I Touch Myself by the Divinals. You know what? This is funny. I can't believe I'm admitting this. That song, it's kind of risque. It's about a woman touching herself when she thinks about her boyfriend. Very sweet, very romantic. But I have heard, it's a great song. Like, the music is outstanding. And once that came up on my playlist at the gym, it's just a random YouTube playlist, but I listened to it. It was like, it's a great tune. So thank you, Matt. I hope you don't feel judged. Matt also says, he dances like Austin Powers to make others uncomfortable. That sounds pretty swell to me. 608, Anna says, hi, Pete and Conrad. The song Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson always makes me dance. There was not a bad song on the Thriller album. And I kind of forgot about that song. So thank you, Anna. Terry in the 414 says, Atomic Dog by George Clinton. I'm sure I've heard that. I cannot recall. See if you can find that, Atomic Dog by George Clinton. Maybe we can go to the break with that. Thank you, Terry. In the 920, Steve, Conrad's dad checking in from Florida says, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. Great tune. Whether you're at sports or just listening around the house, that's a rocker, man. That's a great tune. 608, Tyler says, Hocus Pocus by Focus is fun to move to. I don't think I know that song either. Thank you, Tyler. John Murray in Madison says, evening, gents, and welcome back, Conrad. Hey, Con, he spelled your name right. Just letting you know. John says, toughing it out like a true American. There you go. We are also programmed to suffer for the cause. Next time, take an extra day for Conrad if you can stand it. Glad you're on the mend. If John was your primary care physician, Conrad, you would not be here right now.
That's true.
You would have taken another sick day. Melissa from Willie Street in the 608 says, hello, gentlemen. Glad to hear Conrad is on the mend. My get up and dance song is American Girl, Tom Petty. Great tune. My biggest regret is that I never got a chance to see him live. I have not either, Melissa. It's weird. I like Tom Petty. I love the song The Waiting. And I didn't when I was a kid, like when I was listening to Casey's Top 40, but when that song comes on now, I absolutely love it. And I love Tom Petty. John from John Murray in Madison again says, Hotel California launches me toward the dial to turn up the volume, and I break out in song. Dancing? When I hear a waltz, I think it's fun to play dance along with Mama. And he means Melissa from Willie Street, Conrad, in case John is not slow dancing with his mother. That was kind of a slang thing. That's what some of the kids are using on the street these days. Melissa from Willie Street again says, all right, boys, you need to reveal your booty shaker song, then want video proof. Melissa, if we weren't both a little under the weather, here's what we're going to do. Because this is the kind of thing I will do. This is kind of nuts, but I'm going to do that. I will do that when I am on the mend. I'm wearing sweats right now. I'm kind of mailing it in clothing-wise tonight because I'm slightly under the weather. I got what Con sneezed through the glass, and I got it. But we'll do that.
That is a powerful sneeze.
That's a powerful sneeze. Would you do that, Conrad? Would you dance? Just a couple seconds for Melissa.
I don't dance.
All right, we'll get back to you on that, Melissa.
I can put my hands up as a touchdown for my song.
What is it? Everything in sports. Seriously? How about a penalty? Well, let's do the penalty flag or something because you're not dancing. That's what we should do. Tyler from the 608 says there was a bad monkey in the movie Don't Look Up. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Tyler. And John again says, P.S. Peter, your sound is off and you sound more like a really good imposter of yourself. My 1980 boom box speakers don't lie. Sounds muted and like a different pitch. Just letting you know. That could be my voice, John. I don't know. Con, let's look into that. Let's see if we can.
I think it might be your little sick voice.
I think it sounds great.
Yeah, I think you could be like Phoebe when she got sick.
Yeah.
I think you should break into song.
It's my new radio voice. We'll figure it out. All right, we are caught up on texts. I've got a few from social media we'll get to, and then I will get to the bad driving stuff because it's kind of funny how to identify a bad driver. But we have the popcorn pick of the week is next with influencer Christina Laurie. She will be here, folks. In hour number 3, Justin Schutz of Wisco Dive Bars will be on the show. I am so excited to talk about dive bars. I didn't think I'd care to talk about dive bars because I don't drink much anymore, but come on. We're going to do some dive bar talk. When's the last time you were in a dive bar, Con?
I got to say, Jared actually reviewed a bar in my hometown called the Curvin Bar in Kewaskum, so maybe ask him about that too.
Oh, there you go, baby. We are there. Melissa also says touchdown dance works fine, Conrad. So you're off the hook, buddy. All right. We're going to break for news, sports, and weather and come back and give you the popcorn pick of the week. Compliments of Christina Laurie. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump met with Maria Corina Machado today, seen as the legitimate winner of Venezuela's presidential election against ousted leader Nicolas Maduro. Machado, who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, also spoke with lawmakers and reporters on Capitol Hill. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
It seems that she said to reporters that she, quote unquote, presented is the verb she used, presented her 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to President Trump when they met earlier today. We don't know what happened next. We don't know if the president accepted that gift.
The president did not say if he accepted her Nobel Prize at the White House, but called the meeting, quote, great. In Minneapolis, after last night's escalation between protesters and federal agents, President Trump says he's threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act. The city's mayor and Minnesota governor urging protesters to remain peaceful. And the Florida Panthers at the White House celebrating their 2025 Stanley Cup win, the second straight championship victory. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A cloudy sky tonight, some patches of freezing drizzle and snow showers as temperatures rise to the mid-20s. Scattered snow showers for tomorrow and a gusty breeze. Accumulations throughout an inch or two. A high near 30. Colder this weekend, bitter wind chills. Currently 21 degrees.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Civic Media.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic.
It's time for the Nightlight Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. I am Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here tonight, folks. We have lots of show. We're only halfway through, but we've got a lot of show to go still. We are about to give you a popcorn pick of the week. Our question is, what is a song you just have to dance to? That is our question of the night. And we are, do we not have Christina yet, Con?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll give Christina a few more minutes and I will read through some of these texts we got on social media. Great question today. People are having a lot of fun with it. And I will keep reading some social media responses here. Did you give me your answer, Con, to the question?
Yes, I agreed with Rocker on Facebook. He said bang
right.
on the drum all day, which is mainly, I mean, some other teams use it, but it's famously known for the Packers when they score a touchdown and do a Lambeau leap.
And that's like a Todd Rundgren song.
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
That's great. Mine was Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. And Can You Feel It? And Rich LaCasio said, Pete Schwaba, we can dance if we want to. And he's referencing my choice, which is awesome. Thank you, Rich. Tim Baker on social media says, War Pigs. I don't know that song. Do you?
I do not.
I don't know that. Eric Rathsack from Ask Your Mother says, I Don't Feel Like Dancing by the Scissor Sisters gets me every time. I don't know that one either. What's going on here, Con?
Yeah, I'm not. We'll definitely have to, take a look at these songs after the show and give them a listen and then maybe rate them tomorrow or something.
See what we can do. Absolutely. Mike on social media says the Macarena. And he says, seriously, because the song has become, and I know especially on this show because of the movie I did, we kind of laugh at the song The Macarena, but it is definitely a great dance song. And I had no doubt you were serious, Mike. Absolutely. So
it's a great song.
It's a great song. Tiff Burry says Footloose. That's another great one. Great song where you just kind of have to tap your toes. Lisa M. Hale, who does outstanding news work at WGBW, she responds to Eric Rathsack and says, beat me to it. Scissor Sisters, I Don't Feel Like Dancing is a must-dance song. Irony in the form of music. I'm going to hear this song. And then Rocker Smith, of course, from Max Inc. Radio here on Civic Media says, bang on the drum all day. Todd Rundgren. Conrad enthusiastically agreed. You didn't use any punctuation, Conrad, but you did agree.
Agreed.
Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't have said enthusiastically, but you did agree. Amanda Nimmer says, My Chemical Romance, Black Parade. Boy, Amanda, one of the producers of Nightlight, one of the producers at WGBW, she's got some funky music taste. Every time we do a music question, Amanda chimes in with a song I don't really know. My Chemical Romance by Black Parade. Okay. And let's get one more in here. Danny Wheels says, Clearest Blue by Churches. The crescendo followed by the drop. You will feel the need to bounce. Rock on. I love it. Oh, and then Rich Locasio says, Shout by the Isley Brothers.
Oh,
Another
great.
famous
That's
dance
great.
tune. Absolutely. Oh, and I got to get this one. Mike Schmidt, who is a frequent guest on the show and always cracks us up. Dude, Single Ladies and Hey Ya are the closest we'll ever get to songs that make troops at war throw down their weapons and dance together. Impossible to stand still. That is so Mike Schmidt. I love that text. All right, we will get to more of your texts later. If you want to be part of the fun, folks, don't hesitate. Reach out at 855 752 4842, 855 75 Civic, and let us know a song you have to dance to when it comes on. You're in the grocery store, you're in the produce, you're in the snacks aisle, toiletries, and you hear that song come on, and you're fighting everything inside you to not dance in front of other shoppers. What is that song? I've been there. All right, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, for the popcorn pick of the week. And do we have Christina now, Con?
Yes, we do.
Outstanding. It is my pleasure to welcome a fellow fib / cheesehead. We are both conflicted souls because we make Wisconsin our home by choice because we love it, even though we have Illinois roots. She is a very popular influencer on social media, and she joins me now over the stream to make the popcorn pick of the week, Miss Christina Laurie. Hi, Christina.
Hi, that was too generous of an introduction.
Oh, I don't think I went.
For my parents.
You wait, say that again?
I said that was too generous of an introduction. It felt like you're my parents. They're the only ones who think I'm popular.
I don't think I went far enough, to be honest. So either way, it is great to have you here and back on the show. Have you do you have a song like that where you have to dance when you hear it?
I was thinking when you were saying that, and it's so obvious, but the song Last Dance, Donna Summer.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you just you can't sit down once the beat starts going.
Great choice. And you know what's another great one by her that is a great dance tune is I Feel Love. Did you ever hear that?
No, I don't, but now
man.
I need. Okay.
Definitely check it out. It kind of builds and it's got this great it just never stops. It's a great song. And you can't see me now because my legs are under the desk. They're flailing like mad. I am dancing as I sit in my seat. All right, Christina is here. Christina, how are you tonight? How are things? I follow you on Facebook and you are a busy, busy girl.
Well, you need to tell the world to slow down a little bit because I'm first covered sports mainly, and Wisconsin teams thankfully have given us a lot to talk about there. And then I started, I didn't want to be one of those people who ignores what else is going on in the world. So I do talk a little bit about politics as well. And that certainly has given no shortage of content. So I am very busy, but the world is very busy, and I'm very happy to do what I do and have whatever platform I have.
Well, you're very good at it. You're very prolific. And I will just say, like I said, we don't really do politics on this show. Once in a while, I let one of my little quips slip out there, but mostly we keep it to entertainment. And I do want to ask you, how do you keep your cool? Like you post things that people don't like to hear sometimes. And the amount of meanness and vitriol you get back, there are some unhinged people. Like even if you don't disagree with what you're posting, I'm surprised the way they go at you. How do you deal with that? Is that difficult to read sometimes?
I am too. And I was actually just talking about this with a few of my friends. I think it was helpful because I was one of the very weird people who didn't have social media for the longest time. Like Facebook in high school, Facebook was really popular. I didn't have one. I didn't get it until I graduated high school, and I only got it just to stay in touch with some people that I felt like that would be the most effective way. And I ended up not really using it that much. So I only used social media when I got into journalism and started working in local TV first because I had to. That was part of the job requirement that we had to start a professional page. So I think it helped because I always only associated it with work. And the only criticisms my parents have taught me the only critiques I ever take seriously are from people that I respect. And respectfully, the people that follow me, if I don't know them, I don't really take what they say good or bad. It doesn't really affect me either way because I don't know them. some people I have gotten to know because they will DM me and we'll have conversations. And then they can jump into that category of people I do respect. But just a random person on the internet, especially the nasty people. The other day, I got this really terrible comment suggesting that I should be hung or hanged from somebody whose name was A Salad. And it was a picture of a salad bowl. So that's not a real person.
Right.
So I don't, that's not going to affect my day.
That's my whole issue with like Twitter and that is like, if you're going to say something, put your picture in your profile and your real name. It's too gutless to just hide behind these avatars and, John 123 895, it just, I cannot stand that about our society, that's where it's gotten to. But regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, just be respectful. Like I just don't understand that. But I think part of it is that people they're kind of gutless,
Well, and on the bright side though, there are a lot of people like I lean more liberal, but I do back up everything I say with facts. So I'm never trying to like push my agenda down people's throats. I don't have an agenda. I will never be running for office.
Right.
I'm just trying to share information. But there are a lot of conservative people who follow me because they love my sports content. According to them, that's what they tell me. And they will comment on things that I share where they'll stick up for me in things that they might not agree with, but they don't like the way other people are talking to me.
Correct.
And that's really heartening. I think that's the majority of people. The mean people are just loudest because apparently they don't have much else going on, but the majority of people are good. And that's a good thing to always remember too.
Absolutely. And I'm the same way. I disagree with me. Fine. But when you get mean like that, there's just no reason for that. So we'll keep up the great work and let's talk movies because that's why you're here. Doggone it. How do you like to watch movies when you're not posting, which I don't know that you do ever take time off posting because you're very diligent. But when you take time out from what you do, how do you like to watch movies? Are you a theater goer or do you like to watch them at home?
Yeah, I pretty much exclusively watch them at home. I think I got too used to that during COVID and when theaters were first shut down. So the last time I was I did go one time post-COVID. I went to go see the Titanic when it was back in theaters for some anniversary because I had never seen it originally in theaters, and that's my absolute favorite movie. But other than that, I pretty much exclusively watch them at home. I will actually sometimes, I have been known to go to the theater to get their popcorn with specifically their butter and bring that back to my house to watch. But nothing beats your own couch, and pretty much everything is streaming nowadays at some point. I'm always late to seeing every single movie. So like the month or two wait to watch it at home is no big deal for me. I'm usually like years late. So what about you?
Well, there's a great show that dropped today in 1974 called Happy Days. You've got the whole catalog if you want to check that out. If you're that far behind, that is.
I actually have seen that show. My parents love that show.
All right. So that's interesting. I've never heard that before. Someone who goes to the movie theater to buy the popcorn and then goes and watches a movie at home. That is.
I live close, so it's not inconvenient.
No, thanks. I'm just here for the popcorn. I don't think I've ever heard that either in a movie theater. What kind of movies do you like, Christina? You said that Titanic is your favorite ever. That's kind of a drama, I guess, or romance or historical.
Yes, I would say my like trifecta of favorite movies are the Titanic, The Sound of Music, and The Parent Trap. So they
okay.
So I kind of span musical, funny, and historical-ish. And that really kind of like encapsulates what I like in general in the world. Like those are my favorite interests. So I probably should throw a sports movie in there.
Okay. Do you have a favorite sports movie?
It's really tough to pick one. I feel like as someone who lives in Madison, I kind of have to say Miracle by the Disney version.
Yeah.
Because that has our Mark Johnson and the Miracle on Ice game.
That's right.
So that's a good one. I also love Hoosiers.
Oh, Hoosiers is phenomenal. Absolutely. Christina Laurie is here. She is going to make the popcorn pick of the week. We're going to take a very short break and we will come back and I will ask her what her favorite snack is, although I think I already know. And then we will get Christina's popcorn pick of the week. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Just
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Swamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
Badger State Brewing is ready to serve you this dry January with a refreshing non-alcoholic hoppy water, a crisp, hop-infused sparkling water. Try the original or sip on the new citrus hoppy water for a bright burst of flavor. Check out their Barrel House Event Hall, the perfect setting with a spacious, rustic chic venue for birthdays, weddings, or any party worth hosting. Check out the Friday Acoustic Music Series inside the tap room. See local Wisconsin artists every Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. while enjoying a brewski or a cold hoppy water.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.fm and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.fm, bringing you local news and timeless hits while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and one.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. We are closing in on the final moments of Act 2 tonight. Coming up in hour number 3, Jared from Wisco Dive Bars will be here at 7:20. Very excited to talk dive bars. Even though I don't drink really anymore, I like to live vicariously from fellow dive bar lovers. And Jared is he is at the peak of the industry as he reports on it all the time, and he will tell us some great dive bars in our state, which I'm assuming there are no shortage of them. But right now we have a few more minutes with our current guest, Christina Laurie. She's an influencer who posts about Wisconsin and politics and all kinds of things. You can look for her on social media. Very informative. And she is here with us tonight to make the popcorn pick of the week. Christina, how are you doing? You doing okay? You feeling it?
I am.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you here. And I do want to ask you, I think I know the answer to this because you kind of alluded to it last segment, but what is your favorite movie snack?
Okay, should I throw you a little bit for a curveball? Because it's not just popcorn. I
Please.
need to have a salty and a sweet.
Yes.
So I bounce between having. So I'm usually like a Milk Dud girl,
Wow.
but lately I've been into Hershey Kisses. So I kind of like ping pong between them. You know, handful of popcorn, a Hershey Kiss,
I love it.
go back and forth. What about you?
Well, I'm not a popcorn guy. Here's my issue. I'm kind of torn because I don't really eat movie theater popcorn because of what I've read about it and the calories and all that kind of stuff. However, if I take movie theater popcorn, like if I take some from my wife, I'm finishing the bag. It is the weirdest thing. So I do like it. I just don't typically eat it. So I'm kind of a nacho. If there's a lot of jalapenos to go around, I'll muscle through some nacho cheese if there's a lot of jalapenos on it. That's kind of my snack, I guess. But it's messy and it's involved, you know?
That's good. The way I get around the health concerns about popcorn is that I will make it my dinner.
There
So,
you go.
I'll just convince myself that definitely you can consume a whole day's worth of calories in one meal if it's your dinner.
Exactly. I love the rationalization. I think we are ready, Christina. What is your popcorn pick of the week? Think about it. Conrad, if you please, a drum roll. Influencer Christina Laurie makes the popcorn pick of the week, if you please.
So my pick is Marty Supreme.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen it?
I have not. My son was just on the show talking about it last week. He loved it. Everybody I know loves it. Obviously, you loved it. Tell us about it.
I did, and I was very, very caught off guard, which is why I wanted to pick this one because I am not a Timothy Chalamet fan.
Okay.
I don't really get him. I don't understand the obsession. I've never been blown away by other things he was in.
Okay.
He like completely disappeared into the character in this one, and I knew absolutely nothing about it going in. I
Nice.
actually thought, based on its name, that it was like some kind of superhero movie
Okay.
because Marty Supreme, and I saw people wearing like jackets. I don't know. It felt like Avengers like to me. And then I saw it and it was awesome. So it really exceeded my expectations. I wanted to pick it because coming off of the Golden Globes, it won several awards. And usually I kind of disagree with a lot of the award shows. They tend to pick kind of what I would think is a little bit more boring of movies. And this was
Okay.
not the case at all. So I was actually kind of proud of myself that I liked a movie that was actually well reviewed and enjoyable too.
I've heard nothing but good things, and I do think Timothy Chalamet is a good actor. Did you watch the Golden Globes? Are you an award show girl?
Yes, I love award shows, and
Nice.
I know that they're silly, but I like to know who wore what. I really love Nikki Glazer's monologue. I thought it was really, really funny. She's such a smart comedian, which I
Yeah.
appreciate, and you could tell that she's really like worked through all her jokes.
Yeah, it's I'm not I think it's weird. I think it's difficult to judge what is the best movie, but to me, it just celebrates the whole industry. It's my industry. I love it. So I'm an award show fan as well. I don't watch them top to bottom, but I watch for all the big awards. I'll typically watch the monologues. And I do like knowing what won as we lead up to the Oscars. So I'm kind of with you there. I just think it's a fun exercise. Do you have and I meant to ask you this before, do you have a movie cocktail that you like to like when you watch at home? Do you mix an old fashioned or a martini or something?
No, I mean, I wish I was cool enough to say that I did, but I'm like the rare person in Wisconsin. I just don't like alcohol. I I
Okay.
I literally don't like any drinks except for water and occasionally a diet raspberry Snapple. And it's not for any like moral reasons or anything. It's just not my thing. I wish I as someone who loves baseball so much, like I love the idea of being able to have a beer at a baseball game, but
Yeah.
I've honestly never even tried beer. I just don't like carbonation, so I know I won't like it. And
Wow.
yeah, I know it's very I don't bar me from Wisconsin now.
No, listen, you are as Wisconsin as anybody. You've totally it seems like anyway, like I spent the first half of my childhood in Chicago in the city, then here, then I went back there for college and to do stand up, and now I'm back here. I've kind of spent the same amount of time in both places. I am here by choice. I love Wisconsin, as do you. So you don't have to drink to be part of the fabric, right?
I'm hoping so. Yes, people will accept me anyways, but yeah, I love the idea of it. I love the tradition behind it. I'm jealous that you have someone talking about dive bars coming up. I'm going to have to stay tuned to listen to that. I love
Oh
a
yeah.
dive bar. I love
Same.
observing. It's fun to like people watch other people who are drinking too. People get a little funny.
Right.
But
It's
not for
great
me.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Um, Hey, we have to do this again. Thank you so much for being on the show. Keep up the great work. Loved your pick of Marty Supreme. And let's talk more about Wisconsin next time you're here. It's such a fun thing to talk about.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks, Christina. That's Christina Laurie. Follow her on social media. You will be entertained. Conrad, do you follow Christina?
Yeah, on Facebook, yeah.
All right, let's talk about it when we come back. We're breaking. Act 3 is next. We're talking dive bars. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It's a gospel kind of feeling, a touch of Georgia slide, a song of pure revival.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it on the station with local news and timeless hits. 97.9 FM, WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. At the request of the U.S., an emergency meeting at the United Nations today to discuss the deadly protests in Iran. It comes as the White House says all options for Iran remain on the table. Protests today much quieter. ABC's James Longman.
Something has shifted, whether it was Donald Trump watching the Iranian foreign minister on Fox News, whether it was the Israelis perhaps telling Donald Trump our information is that the regime is not close to collapse, we don't know. But for the moment, it looks like the people of Iran, those coming out into the streets, are satisfied that help is not coming.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado saying that she gave her Nobel Peace Prize medal to President Trump during their meeting this afternoon. All of this happening as the U.S. says it seized a sixth oil tanker linked to Venezuela. President Trump is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act and deploy troops to quell persistent protests in Minneapolis over his immigration crackdown. This is ABC News. For many in Northern California, owning a home is quickly becoming an increasingly unattainable goal. ABC's Alex Stone has more.
In San Mateo County, just south of San Francisco, a new report from the California Association of Realtors finds a minimum income of $524,000 a year is now needed to buy a median-priced home in the county. That is shocking to those who live in San Mateo County.
How are you supposed to make that living and, especially as a single person?
The report finding a minimum income of over $223,000 a year is needed to own a home anywhere in California now. Economists say high interest rates are a key factor in those numbers. Alex Stone, ABC News.
In New York City, negotiations resume between a major city hospital and striking nurses. Bargaining members meeting with their counterparts at New York Presbyterian late Thursday. They'll meet with officials at other affected hospitals, including Mount Sinai, on Friday. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
Let's talk rechargeable battery safety with tips from the National Fire Protection Association. Only buy products with a safety certification mark. Charge devices on hard surfaces. Don't use off-brand cords and always unplug when fully charged. Charge into fire safety at fpw.org/battery.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A cloudy sky tonight, some patches of freezing drizzle and snow showers as temperatures rise to the mid-20s. Scattered snow showers for tomorrow and a gusty breeze, accumulations throughout an inch or two. A high near 30. Colder this weekend, bitter wind chills. Currently 21 degrees.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org, brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk.
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who hates shaking hands, Pete Schwaba.
Hey, welcome back to Nightlight, ladies and gentlemen. Act 3 is officially underway, and it is great to have you here on this Thursday night because we are talking about the things, folks, in life that bring us together and make us happy, like movies and TV and comedy and theater, all kinds of stuff. Conrad's illness, his many illnesses that kept him away from the show yesterday. And he's feeling better, though. So
the hand is turning fully green now.
Seriously, wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure you're fine.
Okay.
That's what your parents would tell you to do, like in the 70s or 80s. Suck it up, kid. You're fine.
Put some grass on it. It's dirt. It's dirt.
Put some
dirt
on it. We've had a lot of fun so far, folks. Tonight, if you missed hour 1 and 2, you can check those out at civicmedia.us. All shows are cataloged in podcast form. We talked to Logan Rogie in hour 1, and he gave us some great suggestions to check out things around the state this winter. Some cabins, some cozy places to go inside, some great things happening outside, from competitive skiing and shooting to snowmobiling, tubing, all kinds of fun stuff. So that's all in hour number 1 if you want to check that out. And then we had a brief movie review from Joe Schwaba, who stopped by for about 5 minutes and gave us a little thumbnail sketch of the film Primate, about a chimpanzee who turns on his owners after getting rabies. So he gave it, I don't know, what do you think, Con? He kind of gave it a thumbs up. It was like I would say it was not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but a thumbs up.
Well, I mean, he did say, like, if you're squirmish, like, don't watch it, because he said one of the most, like, gruesome scenes is in it and violent.
Right. He did say it was gruesome.
So that means for me, I probably wouldn't watch it.
I would probably do it, but that's one of those films I would go to with a group. Like, I was going to go see Anaconda, the Jack Black, Paul Rudd film. I'm not watching that when I'm by myself. Like, I want to watch a really good movie in that case. But, like, with a group, maybe I would see Primate. But anyway, that is available in hour 2 as well as Christina Laurie, the influencer who does great work on Facebook and some other platforms. She joined us to make the popcorn pick of the week tonight. And her pick was Marty Supreme. I will say this. I have not heard a bad word about Marty Supreme yet. I've probably talked to 5 to 7 people who have seen it, and they all really liked it. And I know you're in that that boat as well. Con.
It is my favorite movie of 2025.
No kidding. Okay.
And I saw last week. I watched on Saturday. I watched what's the movie with Leonardo again?
One Battle After Another.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I really liked that movie too. Like it was great, but
great movie. Yeah,
I thought Marty Supreme edged it out.
Really? Okay. I could see Timothée Chalamet winning the Oscar because as great as Leonardo DiCaprio is in One Battle After Another, there are other factors, there are other actors and performers in the film. It's kind of just a great ensemble. So Timothée Chalamet, by all accounts, I haven't seen the film yet, but people are raving about his performance, and he's a good actor. So, and that was the popcorn pick of the week, Marty Supreme. So check that out. We talked about Primate, and now in Act 3, this is exciting. In about 10 minutes, Jared Schutz will be here. He has got an entire following based on dive bars. Jared will be here in just a few minutes. We're going to ask him about some of his favorite places that he's seen in Wisconsin. Maybe there's some of yours. We'll see, but you're welcome to share your favorite dive bars too. When Jared is here, we can see if he's been there, see what he has to say about it. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's in about 10 minutes. So I did see this con. I drive every day to get to Green Bay, not the last couple days due to, what have you. But
Green hands.
I didn't want to catch your alien hands. And there's bad drivers everywhere. But I saw this. This made me laugh. I think this was from Ranker. It said, "What's the first sign that someone is a bad driver?" What would you say if somebody said that? How do you spot a bad driver?
Tailing someone, like going super fast and you're right on your tail.
That's on here. That's number 7. They listed the top.
Wow,
12.
only number 7.
I know.
Oh, I got another one actually. It's kind of my actual driving pet peeves that I have. Okay, that one's number 1 for me. I can't stand it when someone's riding my tail. But the second one is not using your blinker.
That is number 6.
That annoys me so much. And I will always say, "Oh, nice blinker you got there." Obviously, they can't hear me, but I just say it to myself.
Therapy. Yeah, they just slow down out of nowhere. Number 1 is the first sign is always overconfidence mixed with zero awareness. That person that's going fast that has is following none of the etiquette of driving, and they always think they're a great driver.
Yeah.
Number 2, this is funny. A good driver sometimes misses their turn. A bad driver never misses their turn.
I've seen that in Green Bay. Actually, I've seen driving. And they're like, just you got the little lane that has like, the white stripes on it before you an exit. They'll go right on that. I'm like, okay, well, there's another exit about, half a mile up that you can hit too, but all right.
And not only that, I see this a lot too. When people miss their exit, they have no problem going over the white lines and almost hitting the whatever it is. I'm like, God, what, are you willing to die? Because you're going to be 5 minutes late to the store or wherever you're going. It can't be that important. Excuse me. Here's another one. They don't accelerate to highway speeds on the on-ramp. These are so great. Like they
that
just
one,
kind of are doing 35 and then they accelerate. Folks, that is what the on-ramp is for. It's to gain your speed and then ease your way over. Merge, baby. Number 4, when they can't maintain speed, they keep decelerating and accelerating.
I mean, not every car has it. I'll say this, but, I really like my handy-dandy cruise control.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Number 5, hard braking at every stop. Like they're caught off guard. It's like, really? You didn't see that coming? Number 6, no turn signals. Number 7, tailgating. We covered those. Number 8, they hang out in your blind spot. Like, as I've gotten older, that's the last place I want to be because people are so distracted now. They're on their phones or they're just got their head in the clouds or whatever. You do not want to be in someone's blind spot.
No.
And I never respected that. Like when I was younger, I just thought, well, yeah, everybody sees me. But no, they don't. They're not paying attention. Number 9. This is funny. They're driving a Nissan. Others said,
wow. Okay. All right.
Others said Tesla or Ram trucks. So I guess that's Nissan are pretty good cars.
My brother has a Ram.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are you a pickup truck guy?
No, I am gonna, when my brother's done with his truck, I am gonna buy it from him. So then I will
Oh,
be.
there you go. All right. Is it a 4-wheel drive? Do pickups typically have 4-wheel drive? They do, right?
The Ram that my brother has can be 4-wheel drive. It's not automatically, but you can turn it into like 4-wheel drive, and the other.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just all-wheel drive. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 10. Someone said when you're inside, the passenger side oh crap handle is worn.
Yeah.
Also, if there's a worn spot where the passenger was pressing their imaginary brake pedal.
See, and that's what my dad did when I was learning to drive. He had an imaginary foot pedal on his side.
See, this is, I don't think my daughter would mind if I was telling this story, but we were getting on, I was teaching her how to drive on the highway, and we were entering an on-ramp on 41 headed north in Peshtigo going toward Marinette. And on one side is the shoulder of the on-ramp and then just woods. And on the other side is where we're going. It's the highway. And I said, all right, now you got to put your signal on. And she goes, which direction? I go, Kate, are you kidding? Like, and now we're gaining speed. We're going like 50. My life is in her hands and she doesn't know which way to signal. It was horrifying. So yeah, because kids panic when they're learning, even if they're good drivers, they just and it doesn't help that it probably would be better if parents weren't the ones teaching their kids to drive, because they'd probably be calmer,
I have when my parents were teaching me how to drive and I was driving them both, I was on the highway and I didn't check my blind spot, and I just put my left blinker on and went over, and there was a car right there. So I had to swerve back in, and it was like the next gas station stop, pulling over, and you're taking over.
You said that?
Yeah, I was after that. Obviously, my heart was beating. I was like,
man,
that's
when you're
Scary
excusing
stuff.
yourself from the driver's seat. That
was like maybe today's not the day for me to drive.
Right. Here's the one I see all the time. Number 11. When you see their car start to drift out of their lane and then a sudden jerk to correct it. That's usually the sign the driver who is focusing on their phone and only occasionally glancing at the road. Bonus points if it happens repeatedly, obviously.
Yeah.
They're being facetious. But yeah, immediately when someone jerks the wheel, they're on their phone. And that, oh my God, that pisses me off. Number 12. They crashed into a stationary car.
Yes. That's a good one.
I had when I was living in Chicago, when I was in college, I was on Fullerton Avenue, and I'm crossing, and this guy in front of me, this car plows right into this dude and knocks him over. It was rainy. She was only going like 5 miles an hour. He goes down and he goes, "What's the matter with you, lady?" And she gets out of the car and goes, "You ran into me." Like, he's on foot. He's a pedestrian in the crosswalk. You're never going to win that argument, lady.
They always have the right of way.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Just like the customer's always right, but we know that's not really the case either.
Sometimes that's not always right, yeah.
So here we go. We got some more text here. We'll get through. Where were we? Where do we leave off here? What lose? Bill Mode. Oh, he just left a link. I can't just watch a link, you guys. I'm sorry. Especially during the show. But you're welcome to tell me what song it is. Would that be weird if I held my phone up with a link to YouTube?
To your ear.
Yeah. JB Thompson, you know him, Con. He's the guy behind the guy.
Behind the guy. It took you a little longer there. Maybe you really are sick. He says, "Dance in My Blood, Men, Women, and Children." I don't know that song. Do you? A lot of these I don't know, and I'll have to check out. And maybe I'll just dance just for like 10 minutes straight because of these songs.
You're gonna go home tonight, and even though you're feverish, you're gonna be rocking it. We've got. Did I get through all the text? I think I did. Scott Tom, welcome to my parents' house. Fundamentally sound a cappella, R-rated version. Again, he leaves a link. I can't play a link. I'm sorry, guys. I love that you're being part of the show and sharing your songs, but I just can't play a link. But feel free to share the song. Jim from Appleton in the 920 says, great dance song, The Romantics, What I Like About You. That is a great song. The Romantics actually have a few. They were a really fun 80s band. Cheryl from Waukesha in the 414 says, Smooth by Montana. I'm delirious. Smooth by Santana. That is a great one, Cheryl. Eric Swenson in the 608 says, let's go to the hop. Danny and the Juniors. Yes, that is a throwback and a great text, Eric. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your texts. Keep them coming, folks. We still got time. We're coming right back to Talk Dive Bars on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
When you feel blue, I'm waiting just for you. Someone's living for you.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
I'm Angela Bassett. For 33 million Americans, one bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you here tonight, folks. Our question of the night is, what is a song you just have to dance to? What is a song you just absolutely have to dance to? It's hard not to. Let us know at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app. Or the stream if you're watching the radio tonight on YouTube, Facebook, or X. Drop us a stream comment and we will read it on the radio. All right. I am very excited. We've had a fun night here. We've talked Wisconsin getaways. We talked popcorn pick of the week. And now our fun continues with one of my favorite topics, even though I don't frequent them much anymore. I've done stand-up in them. I've met strangers in them and became friends with these strangers in them. I'm talking about, of course, dive bars. And joining me now on Nightlight is someone who has become an authority on them, especially here in Wisconsin. He is the creator of the social media platform Wisco Dive Bars. Mr. Jared Schutz joins us tonight over the stream. Hi, Jared.
How you guys doing?
We are doing just great. It is great to have you here. I first heard of this site probably a year and a half ago, And, I mean, when you book a show, everything is in and out. You forget stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never reached out to this guy. I got to have him on. So I really appreciate you being here tonight. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. I literally just rolled in a couple minutes ago. I was running a little bit behind schedule, so I appreciate you guys.
No, that's fine.
Chatting for a couple minutes while I sort out my life.
That's okay. It's great to have you here. Were you in a dive bar before you came to be on the show tonight?
I will not lie. I actually was. Yeah. and just like your prototypical dive bar, I stopped in for one, and next thing you know, I people were coming in that I haven't seen in years. There was a guy in there that I haven't seen in 15 or 20 years.
Wow.
So it's easy to get sucked into dive bars for sure.
One of my favorite lines from, I wouldn't call Cheers maybe a dive bar, but is Norm coming up to the bar and saying, "One more quick one, coach, then I really got to go." Like, how many
Right.
times you say that throughout the course of a night?
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Like I'm 48 years old, staring down the barrel of 49. So I grew up watching Cheers, and but that whole show is even though it was based in Boston, like that's kind of the premise of dive bars, I think all over the country, not just Wisconsin, where you just have your locals, where you have your Norm that is there every day. Then you have your Cliff Clavin that thinks he knows it all, and he's got a pretty good job, and then you have your Kelsey Grammer. I don't know, name
Fraser,
escapes me.
yeah.
Fraser Crane. And where he's more uppity, but that is
Little out of place.
Yeah, but that is legitly what dive bars are all about. Like everybody comes from all walks of life, and whether you have $10 in your savings account or $10 million, like people just love the vibe and the feel of these dive bars in Wisconsin and all over the country.
It becomes a community, right? I mean, well, like, where are you? You're on the western part of the state. Where do you live, Jared?
Yeah, so I'm from a little town of Spring Valley. It's a little town of 1,400 people. I tell people I'm between Eau Claire and the Twin Cities. I'm kind of like 45 minutes from both. My small town of Spring Valley is the next town, because every town has that next town over. My hometown of Spring Valley is the next town over to the east of Ellsworth, which is the cheese curd capital of Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's great. And I think, pardon me, when it comes to dive bars, you can have them in big cities, you can have them in small towns. It's just a feel, and it's a community. What in your opinion, or let's save that for after the news. Tell us how you started this platform, Wisco Dive Bars. What made you want to do it?
Like I got to that point in life, like I've always loved dive bars. And I just got to that point where I just couldn't, not that I couldn't, I was kind of bored a little bit with my local hometown bar, like going there, like most people would frequent their local bar 3 or 4 days a week. And I just had I don't know if it was an epiphany or what it was. One day, all of a sudden, I thought, well, gosh, like what if these dive bars are such a huge part of Wisconsin, but I've never seen a commercial for a bar on TV. I've never heard a commercial for a bar on the radio. Back in the day, newspapers, like the local ballrooms, if there was something going on, or maybe a fish fry or something, maybe you would see that in a newspaper. But obviously, it's 2026 now. But those days are long gone. I thought, what if I created a social media account where I basically just supported these bars across the state. So I went to the first bar, which oddly enough was actually 4 years and one day ago today. Yesterday was my 4-year anniversary. I went to a little bar
Nice.
just outside of Ellsworth. It's not even a town. It's just a little tiny bar that's the size of a 1-car garage, called Langer's Bar. I remember growing up there and back in the early 80s, they used to have a couple gas pumps out front too.
Oh, that's
And so
awesome.
I just did a little video out in front of the place, and I thought, well, I just wanted to be, TikTok famous,
Yeah.
I guess. And
Hey,
that video
Jared,
did, yeah.
let's pick up right there. We got a break for
Okay.
the news. We'll
All
come
right.
back, and then I'm going to ask you some of the things we can see that would definitely identify a dive bar.
Right, absolutely.
Jared Schutz is here, folks. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Founder of Wisco Dive Bars. We are coming right back after the news. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. At the request of the U.S., an emergency meeting at the United Nations today to discuss the deadly protests in Iran. It comes as the White House says all options for Iran remain on the table. Protests today much quieter. ABC's James Longman.
Something has shifted, whether it was Donald Trump watching the Iranian foreign minister on Fox News, whether it was the Israelis perhaps telling Donald Trump our information is that the regime is not close to collapse. We don't know. But for the moment, it looks like the people of Iran, those coming out into the streets, are satisfied that help is not coming.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado saying that she gave her Nobel Peace Prize medal to President Trump during their meeting this afternoon. All of this happening as the U.S. says it seized a 6th oil tanker linked to Venezuela. President Trump is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act and deploy troops to quell persistent protests in Minneapolis over his immigration crackdown. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. A cloudy sky tonight, some patches of freezing drizzle and snow showers as temperatures rise to the mid-20s. Scattered snow showers for tomorrow and a gusty breeze, accumulations throughout an inch or two. A high near 30. Colder this weekend, bitter wind chills. Currently 21 degrees.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world.
From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Tomorrow night on the program, folks, Ellie Bordeaux from Up North News will be here. And then we will be joined by Stuart J. Waddles, who covers Southeast Wisconsin news for Civic Media. And it's a bar band Friday night. So Terry Barr will be here with outstanding conversation and groovy tunes like she is every week. She always brings the fun. Right now, if you have a question or a dive bar you've been to, I would love for you to share it with us, and I will ask our guest, Jared Schutz of Wisconsin Dive Bars, if he's been there. He has been to, I'm going to ask him how many, but the last count I saw, Jared, was on a recent post you made or interview. You've been to over 950 dive bars. I'm sure that list is higher now. What is your total, you know?
I think my exact total in Wisconsin, it's like 1,135 somewhere in there. Yeah.
So how much money have you spent on booze visiting these dive bars? And is it a write-off?
Well, it is like, so when I started this, like I said, January 14th of 2022. So 4 years and 1 day ago, I think I became an LLC. I believe it was April 2nd or April 3rd of 2022. So I am able to write off a lot, but I would say the money that I spend on fuel more like times 10 outweighs, the amount that I spend on beers and all that stuff. And that's the thing, like doing what I probably spend, I would guess it probably costs $30,000 to $40,000 a year to run this business just with my travel stuff. So, I mean, I put on about 20,000 miles a year hitting bars.
No kidding. We recently, I would say, as a guy who I haven't had a drink in like 3 years, it was just something I tried and I'm still going with it. I don't know if I'll do it forever or not, but I've spent time in a lot of dive bars, whether it was doing stand-up comedy or back in the 90s or just going there. I love dive bars, and we did a question of the night, and I think the question was like a year and a half ago, how do you know you're in a dive bar? Like something you see, the woman dancing by herself at the jukebox. What do you see? Like, how do you enter a place and go, oh yeah, this is a dive bar?
Yeah, there's no set criteria on what is or what isn't a dive bar. I would say your three biggest things on if it's a dive bar or not. First thing is cash only. Like they don't take cards, and it's funny when my followers will suggest places all the time. They'll message me and they're like, "Oh, just be prepared. It's cash only." I'm like, "You think I've never been to a dive bar before?" God bless their hearts, But I mean, if it's cash only and they don't have food, and that bar top is so beaten down where you can tell it's served no less than 3 million drinks over the course of its life, you're at a dive bar.
That's great. Do owners like it when you say, I'm Jared with Wisco Dive Bars, I'd like to visit? You're like, do they ever get offended and go, hey, what are you talking about? Dive bar, you know?
Very, very little, but I know there's a couple places that pop into my head where I was at earlier, like in the maybe in the first 50 bars that I was at, and I remember there's a little town, and I don't want to name it because I don't want to call out that bar or anything, but there were a couple bars in that town, and they're like, well, he stopped in here, but we're not a dive bar. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, if a dive bar is a badge of honor, like that is not derogatory at all. It to me, it means if somebody tells me like, well, we've got this town, we've got 3 dive bars, that means I'm going to get some cheap drinks, and if they do have food, it's going to be phenomenal food. Where you can go in and get a cheeseburger and fries and 2 beers, and you're going to get change back from a $20 bill.
Right. That's so great. Here's my issue. I live in the Marinette area. Have you ever been to a dive bar in Marinette? We've
I
got a
have.
few.
Yeah.
Have you? Where have you
Yeah.
been?
So I've hit right off the top of my head, I can't, but I've hit all 72 counties in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And that's that northeast area of the state. I definitely need to hit more, and I'm actually gonna head maybe near that area next weekend.
Oh, sweet.
But there's I tell you what, like up north, Wisconsin starts at Highway 8. I don't care what anybody says. That's when
Okay.
you know you're up north,
Right.
and life just moves a little slower up there, and I mean, and that's not a bad thing at all. That's an
No, for
amazing
sure.
thing,
We've
and
got
I love it so much. I love getting up north, and especially in the winter when I'm not a fan of snow, but if we're gonna have it, like let's make the most of it and hit these bars and have the snowmobile trails wide open, and it helps bring more business to these bars than what they would normally have.
for sure. Here's my issue because living in Marinette, when I was still going to a bar occasionally, there's a dive bar, and then there's a point where you feel like you're in someone's living room. Like it used to be a house and it's converted into a bar because I also like a great tavern. Like you go down to
Right.
Madison on a State Street and they have this, it's just built beautifully kind of
Right.
into the so I like those kind of places too, but I love there's a place in Marinette called the Red Brick, and it's
Okay.
actually looks like a tavern. And then there's Tiny's, which is now the sports corner. And we've got the great, brass ceiling or whatever. And those are my favorite, like, the ceiling fans going and, there's sports on and that kind of stuff. What is one of the craziest things you've seen? And when you go in, have you ever gotten any of this stuff on camera? Do people have to sign stuff? Because you are an influencer, whether you kind of want to admit it or not.
Right. Yeah, and I get it. Like I am an influencer. I don't know. I'm a content creator. I think I
Okay.
feel like what, but I get it. I totally understand. Yeah, I think the bigger I get, the easier my job gets. I feel like the first 100 bars that I hit, like I was explaining myself at every bar that I went to, like what I do, and all my reviews are 100% positive. I'm here to bring business to these places, and I was more than happy to explain myself at every single bar that I went to. I realized that for so many people, these bars are their safe space,
Right.
where it's the judgment-free zone, like because
Community.
everybody knows you do not talk politics and you do not talk religion at dive bars, which I think is one of the big reasons why these places are just timeless and so many people love them. But yeah, I mean, as far as the weirdest things, and like I've hit so many bars now where I think maybe the weird things are just like, oh, well, like I've never seen that before, but I love it.
Right.
I hit a bar, the far southwest corner of the state a couple years ago, Sandy Hook Tavern. It's a little town of Sandy Hook, but I think it's probably considered Hazel Green, which, and the name of the tavern made, obviously there was some things that went down at a Sandy Hook school. I was it 10, 15 years ago, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But that bar was named that decades and decades and decades before that stuff happened, at Sandy Hook. So like they just always kept the name, but I went in there, just stopped in there on a random day, and they had their outdoor patio area. They had an outdoor fish fry going on, and they had a fundraiser going on that they do twice a year. I believe it goes to a scholarship from a local gentleman who I think passed away, and so the scholarship goes in his name. But they were racing vibrators.
How are they
It's, and they did it, like tournament style, and like they had their own, like whoever does this, and you would just draw them out of a pillowcase, and they were like numbered like 1 through 6, and they would race them 6 at a time. And but when you got in it, the most quirky part about it was you got to name your vibrator, whatever, and like I remember like Buzz Lightyear was a name, and
right.
it's there's no other way for me to describe it other than it's Wisconsin, and it's a fundraiser. Like that's they raise thousands of dollars every year that goes to a scholarship fund in the name of one of their locals, and that's great. I mean, I hopefully I've got a lot of time left here on the planet, but when I'm gone, if people did a yearly vibrator race in my name to raise money, I'd be all for it.
My guest is Jared Schutz. He is the founder and a content creator, and his platform is Wisco Dive Bars. We are talking Wisconsin dive bars with Jared, and I think as a writer, I'm still a writer, but you just hear stuff in dive bars or bars in general that you don't hear and that you can't make up. Like I was always loved it when I would go back to sit in front of my script and go, people aren't even going to believe, they're going to think I made this up, but I really heard this line, and that's part of the beauty of it too. Jared, we've got one of our regular listeners here, Tony the trucker, says, Pete, ask your guest if he's been to Connie's Home Plate in Ashton, a few miles northwest of Middleton. Does that sound familiar?
Sounds familiar, and I was actually there probably 3 months ago. Amazing place. And actually, I believe it was a chicken coop that they turned into a bar. Really? And Connie, Conrad, gosh, I can't remember his last name, but he was a professional baseball player. And he had a few stints in the major, didn't have not a Robin Yount style major league career, but being from a little tiny town, just west of Madison, just kind of a local hero, and he bought that place, and I mean, it's the size of a one-car garage, and that place had been suggested a lot over the last 3.5 plus years, and I was so glad that I finally got there a couple months ago.
That's so great. Here are a couple others that Tony mentions. Helen's Bar in Bosco, A Farmer's Daughter, Blue River, or Conrad Grub. Any of those sound familiar?
No, I haven't hit any of those. They must be good, though.
Now you can add them.
They must be good, yeah. There's so many. Like I've only hit like 12. I've only hit like 12%. It's crazy. It sounds like I've hit over 1,100 bars, but that's only like 8 or 9% of the bars in Wisconsin. So
this is Wisconsin. You're barely making a dent, right?
Right.
Do you have a favorite? We've got about a minute. We've got to do a break, and then I'm hoping we can still bring you back for a few minutes on the other side before we close things down here. But do you have a favorite dive bar? Knowing that you've been positive with all of them, do you feel comfortable saying if you have a couple top 2 or 3?
I honestly couldn't even name my top 50 because there's so many. But when people ask me stuff like that, like I will say Fuzzy's Bar in Crivets is one. It's half house, half bar. The owner, Lola, that place has been running that bar since 1964. And she is an absolute sweetheart. I love that place. And my game plan is to stop back in there a week from tomorrow. I just got to stop back in again, and I believe Lola's 90, 91, 92.
Oh my gosh! Probably still putting one back every once in a while. All right, we'll have a couple more minutes with Jared on the other side of this very short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired detail. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or special occasion parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. Wherever you go, buy local, drink local, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Hey, Lombardi neighborhood, do you want to get your voice heard? It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411, and this is the perfect opportunity to listen in to what's happening in your neighborhood with the quarterly neighborhood association meeting for the Lombardi Neighborhood Association. They're meeting on Wednesday, January 21st at 5:30 p.m. at St. Mark Church for their quarterly neighborhood meeting. You and your neighbors will get to hear about what's happening and share any concerns or ideas on how to improve where you live. Head to WGBW.FM and click events to learn more.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn.
Welcome back. My thanks to all my guests tonight, Logan Rogie from Travel, Wisconsin, Christina Laurie, Joe Schwaba, and Jared Schutz, who we will have a few more minutes with here. We are talking Wisco dive bars. Going to the text line, Janet says, Ballroom Blitz by the band Sweet takes me back to the Stone Hearth in the late 70s. Some of your audience will remember. Thank you, Janet. Awesome to hear from you. Dash G31. Con, am I saying that right? Is that like a rapper handle, or Dash was
I don't
he was
know.
texting last night as well. He says local church group. I don't know what he's referring to though. Maybe a bar. Wonderfully Wisconsin, our pal Paul Vandenplas, another content creator who travels the state just like Jared, says, I went to Fuzzy's for a burger review, but Lola wasn't cooking that day. That place is an absolute gem.
It
You know
is.
Paul, Jared?
Paul, yeah, I do know Paul. Paul's a great guy. It's he does some great stuff too. We both have a partnership with Quick Trip, and I recently met him last fall down in La Crosse at a influencer day kind of thing that Quick Trip did. And yeah, he's
Nice.
I love his stuff. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Oh, you guys both bring it. It's fantastic. What do you have you ever seen a full-blown bar fight while you were at one of these bars?
Never, not one time. I've never seen a fist thrown. But at the same time, I'm not typically at bars after midnight. Like I don't even go out on New Year's Eve. I sent a Snapchat to my friends this New Year's Eve, and it was I put the timestamp on it. It was 8:18 New Year's Eve night when I crawled into bed, and I'm totally fine with that. It's amateur night. I don't need to be out when the amateurs are out.
That's right. How long does it take you to make, like, when you put a video together or post something? How involved is that process? Did we lose Jared, Con?
Yeah, I think he has to rejoin. I think he left.
Or I just asked him the one question he insisted we don't ask him. So there you go. Thank you also, folks, for all your texts and calls tonight. It was so fun just talking about dive bars and fun dance tunes. And one of these days, Con, I think one time we did a slow dance. What is your favorite song to slow dance to? But that was like 2 years ago. So maybe it's time to recycle that one in the near future. We'll bring that back because I remember getting a ton of responses on that one too. As I mentioned previously, tomorrow night on the show, our pal Stuart Waddles will be back. I love when Stuart is on the show. And Ellie Bordeaux of Up North News will be here in hour number 1. And Terry Barr for Bar Band Friday night. Monica in Mount Horeb says, been to the Sandy Hook Tavern, was my best friend's grandpa and grandma Gillen's bar. Oh, that's kind of cool. We've got Jared back. Did you hear that text, Jared?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, sorry about that. I got booted out there for some reason, but yeah, I think that's the beauty of so many of these dive bars across the state is they hold 2, 3, 4 generations of memories for so many people. And I think the reason why what I do is so successful is because we live in a crazy world now, and I don't do politics in my stuff, and that's the way I always want to keep it. But these dive bars are judgment-free zones, and it's real hard to find those judgment-free zones. This day and age, everybody wants to put you on one side or the other, and these dive bars just embrace people. You go into them. I enter so many of these places as a stranger, and I can hang out for 45 minutes, and I leave as family, and that's this bar culture in Wisconsin. That's what it's all about.
Is there an area in the state that is more known for dive bars, or a city like that has more per capita than other cities? What part of the state would you go to where you go, I know I'm going to find some good dive bars here?
Oh man, they're all over the state. But Milwaukee has some amazing dive bars. I mean, it's the biggest city in Wisconsin, but you can find these great neighborhood bars that are just tucked in, that are just, you don't even know they're there unless you have to know somebody that knows that they're there, to kind of point you in the right direction. But I've hit some great bars in the bigger cities in Wisconsin, but man, I tell you what, like you get off the beaten path and where you have no cell phone service and the only reason you can find those places is because I was at a bar previous and the owners will tell me like, oh yeah, just go down here and take a right and go down, you'll see a big oak tree and take a left and go down like 2 farmhouses, take a right, and like you'll see it. Those directions are just old school Wisconsin. I love that. And that's what a dive bar really is just out in the middle of nowhere, and you just I embrace every single one of them. I do.
And there's always that charm to it too. I remember when we did that question and people would say, like I said, you see this and you're in a dive bar, and it was a couple dancing, slow dancing, maybe making out. There's no dance floor. It's just a jukebox or a bar of soap in the bathroom.
Right.
Nothing sanitary about it or whatever. But
yeah, I think I've seen it all at this point. But know what? I say that, and I can go to a bar tomorrow and I'll see something that I've never seen at any other bar before. So
I hope you do, and I hope you come back and tell us about it, Jared. Love what you do, and let's do this again soon. We'll break it down even further and do a deep dive next time. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
You got it. Safe travels too. Be careful out there.
Yes, I will. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Jared Schutz. Look for him on social media and follow him at Wisconsin Dive Bars. And there was one video, Con, I saw. I think a news outlet did a piece on him. They showed this bar. And there's a kid sitting at the bar, and I'm like, only in Wisconsin do you see that. And it's not only in Wisconsin, but it just didn't surprise me. It was great. Thank you, folks, for listening to Nightlight tonight. We had a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
We will be back to do it all over again tomorrow. Conrad's whatever medical condition he's got, I'm sure will heal up 100% by tomorrow.
Well, my hands are back to white again. They were green for a little bit.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, your pinkish hue is coming back, and that's a good sign, I think. All right, we will be back tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody. Happy Friday in advance. And on behalf of the lovable producer Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.